My beloved child, did you know that even before the foundations of the earth were laid, I thought of you? You are not an accident, nor are you here by chance. Before time began, I held you in my heart. I designed every part of you, every trait, and every characteristic with care and love. When you smile, it reflects a piece of me. When you love, it mirrors the love I have poured into you. You may often wonder, why me, Lord? What is my purpose? My beloved, your purpose is unique, crafted specifically for you. You are part of a grand design, a masterpiece I am painting, stroke by stroke. Even when you can't see the bigger picture, trust that I am working for your good. Just as a gardener plants a seed and nurtures it, I am tending to the soil of your life, ensuring that you grow strong and bear fruit in due season. When you feel like the world is too much to bear, remember this: I am your refuge. In the book of Psalms, my servant David cried out to me in his distress, and I answered him. He wrote, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge." My child, you can always take refuge in me. When the storms of life threaten to overwhelm you, come to me. Rest in my arms. Let me shield you from the winds and the waves. No storm is too great for me, and no burden is too heavy for me to carry. Do you know how deeply I care for you? Consider the sparrows. They do not sow or reap, yet I feed them. Not one of them falls to the ground without my knowing. And you, my child, are worth so much more than many sparrows. Every tear you cry, I catch and hold. Every sigh you release, I hear and understand. Even the unspoken prayers of your heart reach my ears. You may sometimes feel that your prayers go unanswered, that I am silent. But my child, my timing is not your timing, and my ways are higher than your ways. Trust in me, even when the answer seems delayed. Remember Abraham, who waited years for my promise of a son to be fulfilled. Remember Joseph, who endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before rising to fulfill the dreams I placed in his heart. I am the God of the impossible. When you face a mountain that seems insurmountable, remember this: I am the one who moves mountains. When the path seems blocked, I make a way. When the valley is dark, I light your steps. When the waters threaten to engulf you, I part the sea. Trust me, my child. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge me, and I will direct your paths. Let me remind you of the story of Peter. When he saw me walking on water, he stepped out of the boat in faith. But when he looked at the waves, he began to sink. Yet even in his doubt, I reached out my hand and saved him. My child, when your faith wavers, I am still here. When you stumble, I am still holding you. When you fall, I am here to lift you up. You are never alone. In the quiet moments of the night, when fear and doubt creep in, know that I am with you. When the noise of the world drowns out my voice, I am still speaking to you. When you feel abandoned, I am closer than your next breath. My presence is not something you have to earn. It is a gift I freely give. Do you remember the parable of the lost sheep? I told that story to remind you of my relentless love. I leave the 99 to find the one. You are that one. No matter how far you wander, I will come for you. No matter how lost you feel, I will guide you back to safety. My love is not conditional. It is not based on your actions, your success, or your failures. My love is who I am, and I will never stop loving you. Take a moment now to pause. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine me sitting beside you, holding your hand. Feel the warmth of my presence, the strength of my love. Let the worries of the day fade away. Place them at my feet. Say to me, Lord, I give you my burdens, my fears, and my doubts. I trust you to take care of them. As you release these weights, feel the freedom that comes from trusting in me. My peace, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and mind. My beloved, let me guide you. There is so much I want to show you, so many blessings I want to pour into your life, but I need you to trust me. I need you to let go of your own plans and allow me to lead. My plans for you are good, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Even now, I'm working in ways you cannot see. I am opening doors that no one can shut. I am preparing opportunities that will amaze you. I am aligning people and circumstances for your good. Trust the process, my child, and trust the one who holds you in the palm of his hand. My beloved child, did you know that even before the foundations of the earth were laid, I thought of you? You are not an accident, nor are you here by chance. Before time began, I held you in my heart. I designed every part of you, every trait, and every characteristic with care and love. When you smile, it reflects a piece of me. When you love, it mirrors the love I have poured into you. You may often wonder, why me, Lord? What is my purpose? My beloved, your purpose is unique, crafted specifically for you. You are part of a grand design, a masterpiece I am painting, stroke by stroke. Even when you can't see the bigger picture, trust that I am working for your good. Just as a gardener plants a seed and nurtures it, I am tending to the soil of your life, ensuring that you grow strong and bear fruit in due season. When you feel like the world is too much to bear, remember this: I am your refuge. In the book of Psalms, my servant David cried out to me in his distress, and I answered him. He wrote, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge." My child, you can always take refuge in me. When the storms of life threaten to overwhelm you, come to me. Rest in my arms. Let me shield you from the winds and the waves. No storm is too great for me, and no burden is too heavy for me to carry. Do you know how deeply I care for you? Consider the sparrows. They do not sow or reap, yet I feed them. Not one of them falls to the ground without my knowing. And you, my child, are worth so much more than many sparrows. Every tear you cry, I catch and hold. Every sigh you release, I hear and understand. Even the unspoken prayers of your heart reach my ears. You may sometimes feel that your prayers go unanswered, that I am silent. But my child, my timing is not your timing, and my ways are higher than your ways. Trust in me, even when the answer seems delayed. Remember Abraham, who waited years for my promise of a son to be fulfilled. Remember Joseph, who endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before rising to fulfill the dreams I placed in his heart. I am the God of the impossible. When you face a mountain that seems insurmountable, remember this: I am the one who moves mountains. When the path seems blocked, I make a way. When the valley is dark, I light your steps. When the waters threaten to engulf you, I part the sea. Trust me, my child. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge me, and I will direct your paths. Let me remind you of the story of Peter. When he saw me walking on water, he stepped out of the boat in faith. But when he looked at the waves, he began to sink. Yet even in his doubt, I reached out my hand and saved him. My child, when your faith wavers, I am still here. When you stumble, I am still holding you. When you fall, I am here to lift you up. You are never alone. In the quiet moments of the night, when fear and doubt creep in, know that I am with you. When the noise of the world drowns out my voice, I am still speaking to you. When you feel abandoned, I am closer than your next breath. My presence is not something you have to earn. It is a gift I freely give. Do you remember the parable of the lost sheep? I told that story to remind you of my relentless love. I leave the 99 to find the one. You are that one. No matter how far you wander, I will come for you. No matter how lost you feel, I will guide you back to safety. My love is not conditional. It is not based on your actions, your success, or your failures. My love is who I am, and I will never stop loving you. Take a moment now to pause. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine me sitting beside you, holding your hand. Feel the warmth of my presence, the strength of my love. Let the worries of the day fade away. Place them at my feet. Say to me, Lord, I give you my burdens, my fears, and my doubts. I trust you to take care of them. As you release these weights, feel the freedom that comes from trusting in me. My peace, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and mind. My beloved, let me guide you. There is so much I want to show you, so many blessings I want to pour into your life. But I need you to trust me. I need you to let go of your own plans and allow me to lead. My plans for you are good, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Even now, I'm working in ways you cannot see. I am opening doors that no one can shut. I am preparing opportunities that will amaze you. I am aligning people and circumstances for your good. Trust the process, my child, and trust the one who holds you in the palm of his hand, my precious child. Even now, as you listen, I want you to feel the depth of my love surrounding you. This love is not conditional, fleeting, or bound by human limitations. It is eternal, unchanging, and steadfast. It is the same love that called the universe into being, the same love that breathed life into you, and the same love that sent my son to die so you could live. Do you see, my child, how much you mean to me? You are not just a creation. You are my masterpiece. When I look at you, I see the reflection of my image. I see the potential I have placed within you, the dreams I have woven into your heart, and the purpose I have destined for you. You are more valuable than you know. The world may measure worth by accomplishments, possessions, or appearances, but I see your worth in who you are. You are my child, and that alone makes you priceless. Every time you feel inadequate, remember that I chose you. Out of all creation, I called you by name and set you apart for my glory. Let's talk about fear. Fear is a powerful force, but it is not from me. I did not give you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. When fear tries to take hold of your heart, bring it to me. Let me remind you of who I am, the creator of heaven and earth, the one who holds the stars in place and commands the seas. Do you remember when my disciples were caught in the storm? The wind howled, the waves crashed, and they were terrified. But then I came to them, walking on the water, and said, "Take courage, it is I. Do not be afraid." My child, I am saying the same to you today. No matter how fierce the storm, I am with you. Speak to me now about your fears. What is weighing on your heart? Is it the fear of failure? The fear of rejection? The fear of the unknown? Say to me, "Lord, I am afraid. Please take this fear and replace it with your peace." And I will. I will calm the storm within you and fill you with a peace that surpasses all understanding. Now let me remind you of my promises. I have promised never to leave you nor forsake you. I have promised to supply all your needs according to my riches in glory. I have promised to work all things together for your good. These are not empty words. They are the foundation on which you can build your life. When doubts creep in, return to my promises. Write them on your heart. Speak them aloud. Stand firm in the knowledge that I am faithful. I have never failed, and I will not start now. Let's talk about grace. My grace is sufficient for you. It is not something you can earn, nor is it something you can lose. It is my gift to you, freely given out of love. When you fall short, my grace lifts you up. When you make mistakes, my grace covers you. Think of the Apostle Paul, who faced so many trials. He pleaded with me to remove his thorn in the flesh, but I told him, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." My child, the same is true for you. In your weakness I am strong. In your struggles my grace is enough. Do you carry guilt or shame? Bring it to me. Let me remind you that there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Your sins have been washed away by the blood of the Lamb. You are forgiven, cleansed, and made new. Say to me now, "Lord, I surrender my guilt and shame to you. Thank you for your forgiveness and grace. And I will take those burdens from you and replace them with joy and freedom." My beloved, you are not alone in your battles. The enemy may try to deceive you into thinking you are weak, unworthy, or defeated. But remember this, the battle belongs to me. I have already won the victory through my Son. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is alive in you. When you feel overwhelmed, call on me. Say, "Lord, fight this battle for me. I trust in your power and your victory." And I will go before you, making a way where there seems to be no way. Let's talk about purpose. Do you know that I have a purpose for your life? It is not a random or insignificant purpose. It is a divine calling designed specifically for you. You were created to glorify me, to love others, and to bring my light into the world. You may wonder, what can I do, Lord? How can I fulfill my purpose? My child, start where you are. Use what I have given you, whether it is a kind word, a helping hand, or a prayer for someone in need. Every act of love reflects my heart. Remember the parable of the talents. Each servant was given a different amount, but the master was pleased with those who used what they had been given. My child, I have entrusted you with gifts, talents, and opportunities. Use them for my glory, and you will hear me say, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Finally, let's talk about rest. You live in a world that values busyness, but I value rest. I created the Sabbath as a day for you to rest and to focus on me. Even Jesus, in the midst of his ministry, took time to withdraw and pray. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Rest is not just physical, it is spiritual. It is trusting in me and surrendering your worries. Take a moment now to rest in my presence. Close your eyes and say to me, Lord, I need your rest. Please renew my mind, body, and spirit. And I will fill you with my peace and give you the strength to face each new day. My beloved, you are mine. Never forget that. No matter where you go, no matter what you face, I am with you. I am your God, your Father, and your friend. Hold on to me, and I will carry you through every season of life, my beloved child. As you listen to my voice today, I want you to remember something vital. You are a work in progress. Just as a potter molds clay with care and precision, I am shaping your life according to my perfect plan. The process may not always be comfortable. At times, it may feel like everything is being torn apart. But trust in this, my child. I am not breaking you. I am building you. I am refining you like gold in the fire, purifying you so that my reflection shines through. Do you feel impatient? I understand. Human nature often desires quick results, instant answers, and immediate solutions. But my timing is perfect, and my plans are worth the wait. Remember the story of Joseph. He endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment. Yet through it all, I was with him. At the right time, I elevated him to a position of great influence and used his life to save many. Not to my child, trust in my timing. Trust that every delay, every detour, and every disappointment is part of a bigger picture. What you see as setbacks, I see as setups for something greater. Let's talk about obedience. Obedience is not always easy, but it is always worth it. When I call you to step out in faith, it may feel uncomfortable or even frightening. But remember this, I will never ask you to do something without equipping you for it. In it, consider Abraham, who obeyed me even when I asked him to sacrifice his son. His faith and obedience opened the door for blessings that impacted generations. My child, your obedience is not just about you. It has the power to bless others, to inspire faith, and to bring glory to my name. Say to me now, Lord, help me to obey your voice, even when it's hard. Give me the courage to trust in your plans, and I will strengthen you. I will walk with you every step of the way, guiding and supporting you. Let's talk about your identity. Do you know who you are? In a world that tries to define you by your achievements, your appearance, or your past, I want to remind you of the truth. You are my child. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are chosen, loved, and redeemed. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are not limited by your failures. You are who I say you are, a new creation set apart for my glory. Hold your head high, my child, and walk in the confidence of your true identity. Do not let the opinions of others shape your self-worth. What they think of you does not matter. What matters is what I think of you. And I think you are beautiful, valuable, and worthy. My love for you is not based on your performance. It is based on who you are, my beloved. Say to me now, Lord, help me to see myself through your eyes. Remind me of my worth and my identity in you. And I will. I will speak truth into your heart and silence the lies of the enemy. Let's talk about peace. Peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of me in your life. When you walk through the fire, I am with you. When you pass through the waters, they will not sweep over you. My peace is not something you can find in the world. It comes from me. Do you remember when I calmed the storm for my disciples? The wind and the waves obeyed my command. My child, I can calm the storms in your life as well. But even if the storm continues to rage, I will give you peace in the midst of it. Say to me now, Lord, I need your peace. Calm my heart and help me to trust in you. And I will fill you with a peace that surpasses all understanding. Let's talk about love. My love for you is unconditional. It is not based on what you do or how well you perform. It is not something you have to earn or deserve. My love is a gift, freely given. Do you remember the story of the prodigal son? Even when he strayed far from home, his father never stopped loving him. When he returned, his father ran to him with open arms. My child, I am the same. No matter how far you wander, I will always welcome you back with open arms. Do you struggle to love yourself? I understand, but let me remind you, you are my creation, made in my image. When you see yourself through my eyes, you will see someone worth loving. Say to me now, Lord, teach me to love myself as you love me. Help me to see my worth through your eyes. And I will. I will heal the wounds in your heart and fill you with my love. Let's talk about hope. Hope is not just wishful thinking. It is a confident expectation in my promises. When life feels uncertain, anchor yourself in hope. Trust that I am working all things together for your good. Do you remember the story of Lazarus? His sisters thought all hope was lost when he died. But I came and I brought him back to life. My child, I am the God of resurrection and restoration. No situation is too far gone for me. Say to me now, Lord, renew my hope. Help me to trust in your promises, even when I can't see the way. And I will. I will fill your heart with hope and remind you that with me, all things are possible. My dear child, as we continue this journey together, I want you to take a moment to breathe deeply and quiet your heart. Life often pulls you in many directions, demanding your energy, time, and focus. But here, in this moment, it is just you and me. Let my words settle in your soul. Allow my voice to be the stillness that anchors you amid the chaos. This moment is sacred because it reminds you of the most important truth. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are never alone. Let's talk about surrender. Surrender is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of trust. It is saying to me, Lord, I don't have all the answers, but I know that you do. My child, I know it can be hard to let go of control. You want to hold tightly to your plans, your dreams, and your desires. But trust me when I say that my plans for you are better than anything you could imagine. Think about the seed that must fall to the ground and die before it can grow into a tree. In the same way, when you surrender your life to me, you allow me to bring forth new life, new opportunities, and new blessings. Say to me now, Lord, I surrender my plans to you. Take my life and use it for your glory. And I will take what you offer, and I will bless it abundantly. Let's talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful acts of love. When you forgive, you release yourself from the chains of anger, bitterness, and resentment. You open the door for healing and reconciliation. Do you carry the burden of unforgiveness? Maybe someone has hurt you deeply, and the wound feels too fresh, too raw. My child, bring that pain to me. Let me help you carry it. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It means choosing to let go of the desire for revenge and trusting me to bring justice. Remember the words of my son on the cross? Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. My child, if he could forgive those who crucified him, you can forgive too. Say to me now, Lord, help me to forgive. Take away the pain and bitterness in my heart, and I will. I will fill your heart with my love and give you the strength to forgive. Let's talk about gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force that can transform your perspective. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you begin to see my hand at work in your life. Think about the blessings you have today, the air you breathe, the people who love you, the opportunities before you. Every good and perfect gift comes from me. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It is about living with an attitude of thankfulness. Say to me now, Lord, thank you for your blessings. Help me to see your goodness in every moment. And I will open your eyes to the beauty and wonder all around you. Let's talk about courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to move forward despite it. My child, I see the battles you face. I see the doubts that try to creep in, the obstacles that seem insurmountable. But I want you to know this. You are not alone. I am with you, and I am for you. Do you remember the story of David and Goliath? David was just a young shepherd boy, but he faced the giant with courage because he knew I was on his side. My child, the same power that helped David is with you. Whatever giants you face, know that you do not face them alone. Say to me now, Lord, give me courage. Help me to trust in your strength and not my own. And I will fill you with boldness and confidence to face whatever comes your way. Let's talk about joy. Joy is not dependent on your circumstances. It is found in me. Even in the midst of trials, you can have joy because you know that I am working all things for your good. Do you remember the Apostle Paul who sang praises to me while in prison? His joy was not based on his situation, but on his relationship with me. My child, you can have that same joy. It is a joy that cannot be taken away because it is rooted in my unchanging love. Say to me now, Lord, fill my heart with your joy. Help me to rejoice in all things, and I will. I will turn your mourning into dancing and your sorrow into joy. Let's talk about your calling. You have a purpose, my child. You were created for a reason, and your life has meaning. Your calling may not look like anyone else's, and that's because it is unique to you. Think about Moses, who felt unworthy and ill-equipped to lead my people. Yet I chose him, not because of his abilities, but because of his willingness. My child, I am not looking for perfection. I am looking for a willing heart. Say to me now, Lord, reveal your calling for my life. Show me how I can serve you, and I will guide you. I will open doors that no one can shut and lead you on the path I have prepared for you, my beloved child. As we continue this sacred conversation, I want you to know how proud I am of you for seeking my presence. Even when life feels overwhelming, even when the world seems to pull you away, you have chosen to draw near to me. This simple act brings joy to my heart. You may not always feel strong, you may not always feel worthy, but my child, I see beyond your feelings. I see your heart, your potential, and the beauty of your spirit. You are not defined by your struggles. You are defined by my love. Let's talk about patience. Patience is one of the greatest challenges you will face, yet it is also one of the greatest virtues. In a world that celebrates instant gratification, I call you to a different path, a path of waiting, trusting, and resting in my timing. Do you remember the story of Noah? For years, he built the ark, enduring ridicule and doubt from those around him, yet he remained patient, trusting in my promise. When the rain finally came, his obedience and patience were rewarded. My child, your patience will be rewarded too. Say to me now, Lord, teach me to be patient. Help me to trust in your timing. And I will give you the strength to wait with hope and confidence. Let's talk about resilience. Life will not always be easy. There will be moments of pain, disappointment, and loss. But these moments are not the end of your story. They are opportunities for growth, for strength, and for transformation. Do you remember the story of Job? He endured unimaginable suffering, yet he never lost his faith. In the end, I restored him and blessed him even more than before. My child, I will do the same for you. Your trials are not without purpose. They are shaping you into the person I created you to be. Say to me now, Lord, help me to be resilient. Give me the strength to persevere through life's challenges. And I will uphold you with my righteous hand, giving you the endurance to keep moving forward. Let's talk about trust. Trust is the foundation of our relationship. It is believing in my goodness even when you cannot see the way forward. It is knowing that I am for you, not against you. Do you remember the story of Peter walking on water? As long as he kept his eyes on me, he walked with confidence. But the moment he looked at the wind and the waves, he began to sink. My child, keep your eyes on me. Trust that I will guide you, protect you, and provide for you. Say to me now, Lord, I trust you. Help me to walk by faith, not by sight. And I will lead you beside still waters and restore your soul. Let's talk about humility. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. It is recognizing that everything you have, your talents, your blessings, your opportunities, comes from me. Do you remember the story of Jesus washing his disciples' feet? Though he was Lord of all, he chose to serve. My child, I call you to the same humility. When you serve others, you reflect my heart. Say to me now, Lord, teach me to be humble. Help me to serve others with love and grace. And I will give you a servant's heart filled with compassion and kindness. Let's talk about wisdom. Wisdom is more than knowledge. It is the ability to see life from my perspective. It is seeking my guidance in every decision and trusting in my direction. Do you remember Solomon, who asked for wisdom instead of riches or power? Because he sought what was most important, I blessed him abundantly. My child, I invite you to seek my wisdom in all things. Say to me now, Lord, give me your wisdom. Help me to make decisions that honor you. And I will guide you with my eye upon you, lighting the path before you. Let's talk about generosity. Generosity is a reflection of my heart. When you give, you are participating in my work, spreading love and kindness to those in need. Do you remember the widow who gave her last 2 coins? Though her offering was small, it was great in my eyes because she gave with a willing and joyful heart. My child, I call you to give not out of obligation, but out of love. Say to me now, Lord, help me to be generous. Show me how I can use what I have to bless others. And I will multiply your efforts, using your generosity to make a difference in the lives of many. Let's talk about rest. Rest is not just a physical need. It is a spiritual one. When you rest, you acknowledge your dependence on me. You let go of striving and trust that I am in control. Do you remember the Sabbath, the day of rest I established for my people? It is a reminder that you are not defined by your work, but by your relationship with me. My child, take time to rest in my presence. Say to me now, Lord, help me to rest. Renew my mind, body, and spirit. And I will give you rest for your soul, filling you with peace and strength, my beloved child. As you continue to walk with me, I want you to remember something incredibly important. Life is a journey, not a destination. So often you focus on reaching the end goal, achieving the next milestone, or gaining the next accomplishment. But I want you to slow down and savor each moment, each step, because it is in the journey that you grow and learn the most. Let's talk about patience. Patience is a fruit of the Spirit, and it is something I want to develop in you. I know it can be difficult to wait, especially when your heart desires something so deeply. But I want you to trust me with the timing of your life. There are seasons for everything. Just as a seed must be planted and nurtured before it can grow into a beautiful tree, there are times in your life when I am planting and cultivating something in you. Trust that I am doing a work in your heart, and when the time is right, you will see the fruit of my labor. Say to me now, Lord, give me patience. Help me to trust in your timing and to wait with a heart full of peace. And I will. I will strengthen you in the waiting, and in time you will see the beauty that I am creating in you. Let's talk about strength. You may feel weak at times, as if the weight of the world is too much to bear. But I want you to remember this. You do not have to carry the weight alone. I am your strength, your refuge, and your ever-present help in times of trouble. Think about the Apostle Paul again, who wrote that, when he was weak, then he was strong, because my power is made perfect in weakness. My child, when you feel weak, it is the perfect opportunity for me to step in and show my power. Lean on me, draw strength from my presence, and you will find that you can endure more than you ever thought possible. Say to me now, Lord, I need your strength. Please carry me when I am weary and give me the endurance to keep going. And I will be your strength and shield, and I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Let's talk about humility. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. It is recognizing that everything you have and everything you are comes from me. When you humble yourself before me, you open the door for my grace to work in your life. Do you remember the example of Jesus, who, though he was King of Kings, humbled himself to serve others? He washed the feet of his disciples, showing that true greatness comes from serving with a humble heart. My child, greatness in my kingdom looks very different from the world's standards. It is not about power or recognition. It is about serving with love and humility. Say to me now, Lord, help me to live with humility. Teach me to serve others with a heart full of love and gratitude. And I will. I will guide you in walking humbly with me, and through this, you will find true peace. Let's talk about trust. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and it is the foundation of your relationship with me. You cannot have a deep, intimate relationship with me without trust. Trust that I know what is best for you, even when things don't make sense. Trust that my plans for you are filled with hope in a future. There will be times when life is unclear, when you face decisions that seem too difficult or uncertain. In those moments, do not lean on your own understanding. Trust in me with all your heart. Say to me now, Lord, help me to trust you fully. Even when I don't understand, help me to surrender my worries to you. And I will. I will lead you in paths of righteousness, and you will find that I never fail to keep my promises. Let's talk about healing. I know that many of you carry wounds from your past, wounds that run deep. Whether they are physical, emotional, or spiritual, I want you to know that I am the healer. No wound is too great for me to heal. Do you remember the story of the woman who touched the hem of Jesus' garment? She had been suffering for years, and no one could help her. But when she reached out to me in faith, I healed her. My child, I want to heal you too. Come to me no matter how broken you feel, and I will restore you. Say to me now, Lord, I need your healing. Please restore my brokenness and make me whole again. And I will. I will heal your heart, your body, and your soul, and I will make you new. Let's talk about comfort. There are times in life when the pain feels unbearable. Times when you feel as though you cannot go on, when grief or sorrow overwhelms you. But I want you to know that I am your comforter. I am near to the brokenhearted, and I will always be there to hold you when you cry. When you face trials, remember that you are not alone. I am with you, and I am for you. I will comfort you in your distress, and I will carry you through your darkest moments. Say to me now, Lord, comfort me in my sorrow. Hold me close and give me your peace. And I will. I will wrap you in my love, and I will restore your joy. Let's talk about perseverance. Perseverance is the ability to keep going, even when the road is tough, even when the end seems far away. It is a mark of maturity in your faith. Think about how I worked in the life of Job. He lost everything, his health, his wealth, and his family, but he never lost his faith in me. Job's story is one of perseverance, a reminder that even when life seems unfair, I am still good and I am still in control. Say to me now, Lord, give me perseverance. Help me to remain strong in my faith, even in the midst of trials. And I will. I will give you the strength to endure, and when you finish the race, you will receive the crown of life. My dear child, in the quiet moments when everything around you seems to slow down, it is in those times that I want you to hear me most clearly. The world often distracts you with noise, with demands, and with worries. But I am here, waiting patiently for you to come to me. I am here, longing to speak to your heart. I want to encourage you today, my child, to seek me with all of your heart. When you seek me, you will find me. And when you find me, you will find peace, joy, and purpose beyond anything this world can offer. Let's talk about seeking me first. In your daily life, there are many things that demand your attention: work, relationships, responsibilities. But I want you to remember this truth. Seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and all these things will be given to you. When you put me at the center of your life, everything else will fall into place. It doesn't mean that you won't face challenges, but it means that I will be with you through it all, guiding you, strengthening you, and providing for you. Say to me now, Lord, help me to seek you first in all things. I surrender my plans to you and trust you to guide me. And I will. I will lead you on the path of righteousness, and you will lack nothing. Let's talk about trust in the midst of uncertainty. There are times when the future seems unclear, when the road ahead is shrouded in fog. You may not know where I am leading you, but trust me, my child, I know the way. I see the bigger picture, and I am working all things together for your good. Think about Abraham again, who trusted me even when I called him to leave everything behind and step into the unknown. He did not know where he was going, but he trusted me with all his heart, and I led him to the land I had promised. Say to me now, Lord, help me to trust you, even when I cannot see the way. I trust that you are guiding me, and I will. I will make the path clear, step by step, and you will never walk alone. Let's talk about joy in the trials. It may seem impossible to find joy when you are going through trials, but I want you to know this. Joy is not the absence of pain, but the presence of me in your life. Consider the Apostle James, who wrote, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds." He understood that trials are opportunities for growth, for strengthening your faith, and for drawing closer to me. My child, when you face difficulties, remember that I am with you, and I am using those trials to shape you into the person I have called you to be. Rejoice in the midst of them, for your perseverance will lead to greater faith and a deeper relationship with me. Say to me now, Lord, help me to find joy in the trials. Strengthen my faith and draw me closer to you. And I will. I will refine your faith and fill your heart with my joy, even in the midst of hardship. Let's talk about your relationship with others. You are not meant to walk this journey alone. I have placed people in your life to support you, to encourage you, and to walk alongside you. You are part of my family, the body of Christ, and you are called to love and serve one another. Do you remember when I said, love your neighbor as yourself? This command is not just a suggestion, it is a call to action. It is a call to serve others with humility, kindness, and compassion. When you love others, you reflect my love for you. Say to me now, Lord, help me to love others as you have loved me. Give me a heart of compassion and a spirit of service. And I will. I will teach you how to love with the love that I have shown you, and you will be a light to those around you. Let's talk about your legacy. You are building a legacy, my child, not just with your actions, but with your words, your attitudes, and your heart. Everything you do, no matter how small it may seem, has an impact on the world around you. Think about the Apostle Paul, who said, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. His legacy was one of unwavering faith, of spreading the gospel to all nations, and of pouring into the lives of others. My child, your life matters, and the legacy you are building will continue to impact others long after you are gone. Say to me now, Lord, help me to build a legacy that reflects your love and faithfulness. Use my life for your glory. And I will. I will guide you in the work you are doing, and your legacy will bring honor to my name. Let's talk about the power of prayer. Prayer is one of the most powerful tools I have given you. Through prayer, you can communicate with me, bring your requests before me, and hear my voice. When you pray, you align your heart with mine, and you invite me to move in your life. Do you remember how I taught my disciples to pray? I showed them that prayer is not just about asking for things, but about surrendering your will to mine. seeking my kingdom and trusting in my provision. Say to me now, Lord, teach me to pray. Help me to seek your will and trust in your provision through prayer. And I will. I will hear your prayers, and I will answer according to my perfect will and timing. Let's talk about gratitude in the face of hardship. When life is difficult, it is easy to focus on what you don't have, on what has been lost, or on the pain you are feeling. But I want to remind you today to choose gratitude, even in the hardest moments. I know it's not always easy, but when you choose to be thankful, you are choosing to trust in my goodness, even when life is hard. Remember the story of Job, who lost everything but still chose to worship me. His story is a powerful reminder that even in the midst of hardship, I am still worthy of praise. Say to me now, Lord, thank you for the blessings in my life. Help me to be grateful, even in the difficult times. And I will. I will open your eyes to see the good in your life, and I will give you peace and strength through every trial. My precious child, I know that the journey you are on can sometimes feel overwhelming. Life's challenges, the weight of your responsibilities, and the worries of tomorrow can make you feel burdened. But I want to remind you today that you do not carry these burdens alone. I am here walking alongside you, and I am your ever-present help in times of trouble. Let's talk about rest. In the hustle and bustle of life, it is easy to forget the importance of rest. You were not created to work endlessly without pause. Rest is not only good for your body, but it is also essential for your spirit. Remember what I said in Matthew 11:28-30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. My child, do you know what it means to rest in me? It means to stop striving and simply trust. It means to lay down your worries, your fears, and your burdens at my feet, and to allow my peace to fill you. Say to me now, Lord, I choose to rest in you. I surrender my worries and let your peace fill my heart, and I will. I will give you rest, and your soul will be refreshed. Let's talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful gifts you can give, both to others and to yourself. Holding on to unforgiveness, bitterness, or anger only weighs you down and keeps you from experiencing the fullness of my peace. Think about my words on the cross when I said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. In the midst of betrayal, pain, and suffering, I extended forgiveness to those who wronged me. My child, I call you to do the same. Forgiveness is not always easy, but it is necessary for healing. It does not mean that you excuse the wrong that was done to you, but it means you choose to release the hold that offense has on your heart. Say to me now, Lord, help me to forgive those who have wronged me. Heal my heart and release me from bitterness. And I will. I will free your heart from the chains of unforgiveness, and you will experience true peace. Let's talk about the power of hope. Hope is the anchor of your soul, my child. It keeps you steady when the waves of life crash around you. Without hope, life can feel meaningless and uncertain. But when your hope is anchored in me, you can face any storm with courage and confidence. Remember, your hope is not in your circumstances, but in me. I am the God of hope, and I fill you with joy and peace as you trust in me. Hope is not just a feeling, it is a choice to trust in my promises, even when everything around you seems uncertain. Say to me now, Lord, fill my heart with hope. Help me to trust in your promises and anchor my soul in your faithfulness. And I will. I will give you hope that will not disappoint, and you will experience my peace that surpasses all understanding. Let's talk about the power of your words. Your words have incredible power. They can build up or tear down. They can bring life or cause destruction. I want you to remember that your words reflect what is in your heart. James wrote that the tongue is a small part of the body, but it has the power to set the course of your life. My child, I want you to use your words wisely. Speak words of encouragement, of love, and of truth. Let your words be a reflection of my heart, and they will bring life to those around you. Say to me now, Lord, help me to speak words that build up and bring life. Guard my tongue and let my words reflect your love and truth. And I will. I will guide your words, and they will be a blessing to those who hear them. Let's talk about your identity in me. The world will try to define you by your circumstances, your achievements, or even your failures. But I want you to know that your true identity is found in me. You are my child, created in my image, and deeply loved. You are not defined by your past mistakes or by the labels the world puts on you. You are who I say you are. You are chosen, forgiven, and set apart for a purpose. When you understand your identity in me, it changes the way you see yourself and the way you live. Say to me now, Lord, help me to see myself through your eyes. Remind me of who I am in you and help me to live out my true identity. And I will. I will remind you daily of your worth and value in my eyes, and you will walk confidently in the identity I have given you. Let's talk about obedience. Obedience is a sign of trust. When you obey me, you are saying that you trust my wisdom, my plan, and my timing. It may not always be easy, and you may not always understand, but obedience brings blessings, peace, and a deeper relationship with me. Think about the Israelites in the wilderness. When they obeyed me, they experienced my provision and protection. When they disobeyed, they faced consequences. My child, I am calling you to obey me, not out of fear, but out of love. Say to me now, Lord, I choose to obey you. I trust that your plans for me are good, and I will follow you with a willing heart. And I will. I will bless your obedience, and you will experience the fullness of my promises in your life. Let's talk about love. Above all things, love is the greatest commandment. It is the foundation of everything I call you to do. Love is not just a feeling, it is a choice. It is an action. It is laying down your life for others, just as I laid down my life for you. I want you to love me with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and I want you to love your neighbor as yourself. When you love others, you reflect my love to the world. You become my hands and feet, showing the world what it means to love unconditionally. Say to me now, Lord, fill my heart with your love. Help me to love you with everything I am and to love others as you have loved me. And I will. I will pour out my love into your heart, and you will be a vessel of that love to the world, my beloved child. As we come to the close of this time together, I want you to know that I have heard every prayer you've spoken, every word you've whispered from your heart. You are not alone. You are never alone. I am with you now, and I will be with you always. I know that the road ahead can sometimes feel uncertain, but I want you to rest in the assurance that I am in control. My plans for you are good, and my love for you is everlasting. Even in moments of doubt, when you cannot see the way forward, I am walking beside you, holding you up with my strength. Let us reflect on everything we have spoken today. We have talked about seeking me first, trusting me in the midst of uncertainty, and finding joy even in trials. We have explored the power of your words, the importance of forgiveness, and the significance of your identity in me. Every lesson I have shared with you is meant to build you up, to strengthen your faith, and to draw you closer to me. You are my child, and I delight in you. I have equipped you with everything you need to live a life of purpose and to reflect my love to the world. Take a moment to rest in my presence. As you go about your day, remember that you carry my peace within you. When the world tries to steal your joy, remind yourself of my promises. When the weight of life feels heavy, remember that I am your burden bearer and you do not carry the load alone. Say to me now, Lord, I trust you with my future. I rest in your presence, knowing that you will lead me every step of the way. And I will. I will guide you, protect you, and fill you with my peace. Let us pray together. Father, I thank you for this time of reflection and connection. I thank you for the lessons you have taught me today. I trust that you are with me in every moment, guiding me with your wisdom, strength, and love. I surrender all my worries and burdens to you. Help me to seek you first in all things, to trust you in every situation, and to walk in your peace. I choose to forgive those who have hurt me, and I ask for the strength to love others as you have loved me. I pray for your guidance in every decision I make, for your provision in every need I have, and for your joy to fill my heart. I trust that you are working all things together for my good, and I give you all the glory. Thank you, Lord, for your constant presence in my life. I am so grateful for your love, and I place my trust fully in you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. My dear child, remember this journey is not about perfection. It is about progress. Every day you are becoming more like me, and with each step you take, you are growing in your faith. Keep seeking me, keep trusting me, and keep loving others. I am proud of you. I am with you, and I will never leave you. As you move forward, know that my love for you is unshakable, and my grace is sufficient. Go now, my child, with the confidence that you are mine and that I will never fail you. Let your heart be filled with hope, and let your life be a testimony of my love and faithfulness. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are deeply cared for. Keep walking with me, and you will see my goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life. Amen.